So we move on to the defenders. So here we got Guy Franca, Brennan. I'm not saying his last name at all. Griffin Call. Yeah, Brandon D. Griffin Call. He also follows the podcast. I found that out. Okay, is Dak a defender or a midfielder? Because I don't know how to.
I think he's
both. I think he's a midfielder.
He's a midfielder if things go the way that they want them to go.
Okay, because that's what I was going to say. So I'm not going to put Dak in the defenders. Clyde Chella, Beckett Howe, Griffin Garnett, Maxey, and then Simon Fitch. So how are we feeling about the defenders?
It's a tough group for me, right? Because at the end of the year last year, they obviously stepped it up.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me. So we got, basically 4 center backs available to us, essentially, right?
Griffin, Gee, Clyde, Griffin Garnett.
Sort of Dax, sort of Beckett.
Yeah.
We'll call it 4 between those two halves at the end there.
Yeah.
So kind of going among the main 3, they're all kind of the same to me. I mean, they have different strengths, different weaknesses, but they're all kind of just the same-ish to me right now. Of mostly good, but can have a moment or two where you're just like, what the hell did you just think? What did you just do? So they're not the biggest worry for me or anything, but at the same time, wonder what the question for me is: if Maxey or Simon get nicked up at any point, what's the plan there?
Yeah.
Right. Can we count on Simon being an Iron Man again? Can we count on Maxey staying eligible every game again? So like that, Maxey's getting up there too. Can we count on Maxey having the same tank over the entire season that he's shown in the past? Father Time's going to win eventually. Is he going to is he going to start to take some of that this year or not? So I guess I'll go B. As I'm talking through this, but it's strong, but with a couple of warning signs.
All right, I understand. Kate, what about you? I know you got to cut out soon because you got to watch this Best Actor.
I'll come back, but yeah, they're running behind. I've got the Oscars up on a different screen. I'm at a fellow Red Army member's house. Oscars watch party. But I'm actually going to be more negative. I'm going to go B- because I think center back depth is an issue that's existed in the past. That I don't think is the biggest glaring warning sign, but outside, left wing, left back, right back. We've got one academy kid and Beckett Howell. Have to hope that there aren't any major injuries. I guess depends on the style of play, whether or not the goal is to have them under an enormous amount of pressure, or whether or not they need to be really, really good on the ball this year. Are we playing out the back? Because I don't know if on the ball they're not necessarily pulling the strings. So, I mean, I think it's fine. I think the group is fine. Simon Fitch is a great defender. Griffin Garnett has a very high ceiling. I think there's positives to take, but I wouldn't say looking at this group, I feel it's a bulwark against both the rest of the teams in the league, the other forwards in the league. I guess Liam McKinnon isn't in the league anymore, so maybe we're marked safe from him, but against injuries and it's
all right. So what was your grade? I just want to make sure.
B-.
B-. I mean, that's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but
they turned into project a little late. I will be here as well. I think the thing about this group, the big concern, the two big concerns, and Matt, you brought it up, so did you, Kate, about Simon. It's really hard to ask him to be an Iron Man again for a third season in a row. It's really tough. And then Maxey, age is a thing. As crazy as Maxie is, how'd that be? We have heard great things about Grifton. Grafton. I'll get a pronunciation guide. This out. And possibly that left back spot. I think the thing about this is, I think having Clyde Cello for a full year, and you saw the difference that he had, so much so that I bought a jersey of his, is that like having a clear communicator back there really works well, right? And someone that can kind of be a little bit more of a ball progressor, and it can spot danger early, I think is a great thing back there. Simon seems to be, very secure in his role as well on that back line. So I think like if we can just gel that unit together, I think like a lot of the issues that we saw last year of the WTF moments of goals that we saw, I think if we can cut those in half, I think we'll be a lot better. And I think my nerves will be better as well.